You're listening to Chrysalis Color, the podcast. Hello, this is Jorunn from Norway.
And Christine in Canada.
With a podcast about color analysis and how it applies to you in a practical way. We'll talk about how to use your colors to make your days brighter, your wardrobe more enjoyable, and your life easier.
We'll talk about topics that we find interesting, and we encourage you to submit your questions. A podcast listing is available at chrysaliscolor.com under the Podcasts tab.
Welcome to Capsule Wardrobes Part 2. This is episode 6 of the podcast on Chrysalis Color. After episode 5, which was Capsule Wardrobes Part 1 that we heard last time, I wanted to apply my newfound skills to purchasing an item. Well, this was a new way to shop, very new way to shop, because, I had a priority list. I had to go through a list. I don't have any priority list when I shop. It's normally, I'll look at blouses and, I think I'm going to look at what they have on sale. So right away, I'm in a different place. Well, then I had to choose, what am I going to buy? I have a lot of neutral colored bottoms, but I don't have many neutral colored tops. Well, the premise of capsule wardrobes, as Jorunn explained last time, is that you have neutral colored tops and bottoms, equal numbers of items so that they can be worn with other things, but they also form complete outfits on their own. It becomes the backbone of your wardrobe. So I take stock of my closet, another new experience. And notice I don't have many neutral colored tops. I have, because I like wearing my palette colors on the top. So I have a few colored pants. I never wear them. I don't have anything to wear them with. So now I got to pick the colors. And this, as again, you heard in episode 1, in part 1, this takes a little bit of planning, picking your neutral colors. I go with black. I'm a winter person. I want to wear what I have, so I choose black. And then the other color is gray. I might be kidding myself that I'm going to find gray pants in the winter, but that's okay. I got other things to wear. I have gray skirts for the summer I love. And I know that if I go into stores and don't let myself look for colors, I will find neutral colored tops. So there's my colors. I don't choose black as a neutral. I don't wear black in solid colors in the top half for reasons we talked about in part 1. And I don't pick white as in episode 3. And I don't pick white as a neutral color for reasons we talked about in Capsule Wardrobes Part 1. So here I am. I got black and I've got gray. Well, now I got to pick a style. Still planning, right? Still planning what to do during a pandemic. Grow out your hair and make a capsule wardrobe. I'm planning. What am I going to do? Not the party styles and the corporate styles that I would like to wear, that I dream of wearing. I don't reach for those items. What I reach for is kind of athletic wear, sleek, close to the body, washable, not itchy, freedom of movement, not tight. So I go to a store that I like, and I've linked the item, I'm wearing it, and the store in the show notes. Set the filters for black and gray. Now at this point, I have got the item 80% already in my head. It's like knowing what you're going to buy and then just waiting for the world to serve it to you. So I set my filters. Within 2 pages, I see this. I would have skipped it if it were solid black. It was the print that caught my eye. But I can bring in white and gray. It's not solid black. And it's very much something that I'm going to wear in my own lifestyle. And it has built-in bracelets. So I got my first neutral colored capsule wardrobe item. What do you think, Jorunn?
I think you did great.
Good, huh?
Oh, it's so cute.
It too.
It is. And it's so you. And it fits your lifestyle and your personality and
doesn't it though?
Yeah.
I have such respect for being able to know people from their clothes. If you know me, well, I'm very direct, right? Don't look between the lines. There's nothing there. I'm just sort of a straight shooter. And yeah, I really thought this was great. Kind of decorative, kind of pretty. It's kind of, I find it my honorary Norwegian self, is being honored. I enjoyed it too because I went through the process that women go through. You know, I didn't exactly know my neutral colors when I started, but I had a commitment and I went through the process and I ended up in a better place. So thank you. That's great.
You're very
I want to
welcome.
say too for our listeners that Joran very graciously allowed me to look through the Capsule Wardrobe course that is offered online, and I used it. It was very helpful. I went through the charts, I created the tables, and man, that's an experience. You know, it's like when if your finances suddenly are dropped into an Excel spreadsheet, you get, there's a very clear mental snapshot of what's actually going on in that closet. And Joran walks the path with you. You're not dropped in the middle of it, you know, like here's a picture, go do it. I would never do that. And in part one, we cleared up a lot of my own misconceptions. I think the biggest ongoing eye opener for me, and I think you'll find that in the pictures Joran shares with us today, is how many outfits you can make from a very small number of basic pieces. The party clothes, there were 4, I think, very basic items, but you got 8 Christmases covered. I mean, it's amazing. I buy this one shirt. I now can wear my color-colored pants, and I've got 4 or 5 new outfits just from one more item. So it really is amazing. I also enjoyed that there is an emphasis on elegance. It's not just about decluttering, not even really about owning as little as possible. There's really this ongoing idea about elegance and sophistication that I very much appreciated. So for the remainder of today's show, Joran is going to share her screen and introduce us to 4 women and explain what their motivations were when they built their capsule wardrobes and how they went about assembling them. So for folks watching us on video at chrysaliscolor.com, under the podcasts tab, episode 6, you can follow on video or on YouTube. For folks following us in podcast audio format on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Joran will share the pictures that we talk about in today's show in the blog post that accompanies this episode, chrysaliscolor.com, under the podcast tab, episode 6. Joran, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. And I hope you can see it. I'm going to move this up to the side. And there we go. I'm going to show you some basic items that are easy to find in denim and blue and light gray. And I'm wondering, Christine, can you still see me on the screen?
Yes, I can, but it's fine. You're way up in the top corner and it'll be
It's
fine.
okay.
Yeah, our viewers can see the items beautifully.
Right. Well, I'm just going to tell everybody that I'm reading from a little piece of paper that I have here. So if I'm not looking you in the eyes, it's because I'm trying to find my notes. Anyway, so these basic items, they're fairly similar in like a fairly similar navy and quite similar gray tones. And when you're making a capsule wardrobe for yourself, you don't have to make them this similar. You don't have to use neutrals that are that similar. I'm going to show you a livelier mix later, but for somebody who likes a calm expression, this might be workable. And also keep in mind that we are illustrating general capsule wardrobes. We're not creating wardrobes for a specific season. When you create one for yourself, you will, of course, have your season in mind. But these images we're showing you, they're not like perfect season images, but examples. And also they might look really different on another screen. And certainly if you found these in the shop, they might look entirely different too.
Yeah. Well, you know, they remind me of our episode 1. They are our episode 1 picture. And some folks, as you say, might want to make a capsule wardrobe out of gray and navy. But to repeat what Joran says, I think part of your intention, Joran, here was to be season non-specific, so that folks who know their season and can make more specific neutral choices will go ahead and do that. But otherwise, the idea is just to illustrate the concept of how to start a capsule wardrobe. That's correct, right?
It is. So since I'm going to switch to this next slide, and we're seeing here how these basic items look when we do a bit of mix and matching. And this woman, I always like to think that these are real people. We don't create capsule wardrobes and then squeeze a person into that capsule wardrobe. There's a person first, and she made a capsule wardrobe for herself. Now, let's imagine this woman. She might be working in a conservative environment, and she might be like say a therapist. So she wants a work capsule wardrobe that's not distracting and that's easy to wear. Maybe she works in a women's shelter, who knows? She likes to come across as calm. And in her spare time, she does mountain biking. So she has a completely different capsule wardrobe for her leisure time. But she wants a very controlled work capsule wardrobe that's not random. So we see these outfits, they're using only, for now, we're only using those separates. And you see there's a shirt that buttons, two of the shirts actually button all the way down. And that means that they're very flexible and you can use them as jackets on top of other outfits, so you can expand the looks even further. And she can do contrast, well, as far as the gray and navy can be contrast, and she can do very monochromatic outfits out of these separates. So with these very basic items, how many are there? 8? She can do 16, no, it's 4. She can do 16 different outfits with these basic items alone. And next slide, for extra variation, she has more tops. And you see all of these tops, they bridge that theme she's chosen of navy and gray. She has a plaid shirt and she has some florals, but they're all kept in these two same neutral colors that she's chosen. But look how many outfits she can create. And I did a little math, and she can actually, with these extra items, she can create, 32 outfits, which means she can go to work for a whole month and have a new outfit every day from the same capsule wardrobe. And it's still a very calm capsule wardrobe with the way she's picked these items, these next ones, but she can still change around a lot. She can have different jewelry and scarves and bags and shoes and whatnot, and create even more variety. Right, so she's figured this out. She has this work capsule wardrobe, and then she thinks, what else can I do? Well, she wants to meet friends at a cafe, like on a Saturday, on her day off, and she doesn't want to use her work wardrobe, and she certainly doesn't want to meet her friends at a cafe wearing her mountain bike outfits. So she thinks, well, I've got my neutrals. Maybe I should branch out and create some more outfits using another color. Let's say we pick green. And here we are. She buys 2 tops in green and blue, and a long cardigan in like light and dark blue. And then she also gets a sleeveless navy blue dress that buttons all the way down. So now she has a lot of things that she can use to change things up a little. And just want to talk a little bit about that dress. I'm quite pleased with it, that she can wear this on its own with or in the summertime, or she can use it when it's cold, where she can use it with a cardigan on top or a sweater and pants under. And when it's really warm, she can open it up and wear it like a vest on top of another outfit to change things up. I think she did really well here. Now, this is starting to become a very usable capsule wardrobe, and this allows her to have her work outfits and a little bit of a casual, how do you say it, like casual Friday, Saturday out with friends kind of a look too, with this just adding a couple of tops that incorporates another color to make things more exciting. So this was the first woman. Let's meet woman number 2. And here she is. This woman, she has a day job that gives her a uniform. She might be a police officer or a medical doctor or nurse or something that her work wardrobe is issued to her by her employer, so she doesn't have to think about that. And on her spare time, she really likes a casual look and she loves jeans. So, and she likes colors. She's not a neutral person at all, so she uses colors as neutrals. She has picked this for her weekend capsule wardrobe. Not too many items, but I'll show you a little later. She can do quite a lot with it. She did have all these items in her closet, and she's just packed away all the others. And again, let's point out, don't shoot us. We are not concerned with season here. She just happens to like these colors, and that's okay. And she wants to use as much as possible of what she has from before as a starting point. So this is her very casual weekend wardrobe. But lo and behold, she wants to add a few items to dress up the weekend capsule because she sometimes travels. And she can't mix in anything from her work wardrobe. Remember, she has her work uniform. So she has, to dress up her wardrobe, she has a silk blouse and a slightly textured cobalt blue top and a tweed skirt that kind of ties in the jeans colors and the cobalt blue. So with these things, she adds a bit of a dress up look without becoming too formal. And looky here. She still definitely carries off a very casual vibe, but since she's chosen a skirt that goes with the clothes, she doesn't have to go out and buy a whole new travel outfit or a travel wardrobe. She can mix and match and create all kinds of outfits from the ones she has from before. So now, like they say in Monty Python, and now for something completely different. Next, we're going to show you a skirt, and this skirt belongs to our third woman. Imagine that she's a woman she has this summer skirt. She's had it for years and she just loves it. And she likes the colors in it. So she has a lot of accessories that go with the skirt. And this is one of the staples in her warm weather capsule wardrobe.
This is how they do it to interior decor, right? They often start with some piece of inspiration, a painting, a rug, a curtain, and create the room from those colors, I think, right? So we're kind of going to be doing that.
It's kind of the same. And it's like sometimes we just have an item that we just love, and it's not perfect for a season. Like this is a tricky skirt to place in a color analysis season, and florals are often quite tricky because they tend to blend a lot of colors that aren't kind of congruent with one season. But let's not think about that here. Let her keep her skirt, let her keep it, and focus on the capsule wardrobe. aspect. So what colors do we see here that we would imagine building a capsule wardrobe from? I'm thinking I see some kinds of greens, perhaps olive, and I do see a bit of light gray and some different pinks. So let's build on that. And here it is. She has some tops that she likes to wear with the skirt. And so she needed some pants to go with the tops that she likes to wear with the skirts. So then she built on those olives and grays and pinks that she already chose so that she could cover more occasions and more weather conditions, like cooler weather. And let's have a look at how many different outfits we might be able to create. And here, she has some dressier options and she has some definite casual options. Now this woman, she's definitely on the feminine side of casual. I can imagine her wearing ballerina slippers and cute handbags. I think that would be this woman might like that. Do you agree, Christine?
Well, I do. I'm sitting here looking at this thinking that, again, it's amazing to me how many outfits can be built here. And we haven't yet added shoes, belts, jewelry, jackets, hair accessories, all the different things that we add to create our appearance that people register as different or new. So really, it's amazing what inspiration can come from having more structure as opposed to less structure, which is much harder to work with.
Mm-hmm. And remember in the last show, we talked about that you don't have to stick to only two neutrals. And here we have an example of that, I think.
Yeah,
we're like way off. And speaking of way off, I have thought more about this. So I came up with a fourth woman, which is kind of a walk on the wild side. This woman.
Who is this woman, Yaron? Tell us about her.
Well, she is a woman who doesn't like to follow rules. I have no idea why she decided to do a capsule wardrobe, but I think she doesn't want to follow rules, but she still needs to dress practical and she needs to have a functional capsule wardrobe.
I see her as someone who, this woman wants freedom, or the opposite might be more accurate. What she does not want is tradition. And in trying to be not boring, she may recognize that, she may appear disorganized or rebellious at times, and she really is neither one of those things. This woman, I know this woman from my life. She would use a capsule wardrobe to express originality, imagination, commitment to being a searching person, but still appear effective and a grounded participant in a group. Some people, thinking of the woman I know, would call her a hippie, but it's not true. She's actually very competitive and very directed in her life. And so the capsule wardrobe helps her balance herself in a way. Would that be fair to say?
It would. And this is the story, right? She has had a closet clean out and she has committed to those. First of all, she committed to those 4 items on the left and that purple cardigan. And she said, this purple cardigan, I'm going to hold on to it until I find something better, which we've touched on before is a very good reason to keep something. Oh yeah, and the green skirt. But that's all colors, right? So she needs something dark and a little conservative. So she chose brown. So this is like her basic items. And let me show you what happened next. She adds 4 tops And those are all in prints. And they're tops that go with all the bottoms. There's like yellow there. She adds, there's pink and yellow, and then some beige to go with her beige or sand colored trousers. And that's how she expanded it, because the 8 items on the left, they're kind of too boring. So she really needs to express her originality. And so expanding with those tops allows her to do that. Now let's see what happens. Here we go. This is a very lively and workable capsule wardrobe for somebody who likes lots of colors and lots of combination possibilities. And this woman, this freedom-loving woman, she applied the capsule wardrobe concept. The same, it's exactly the same principles that the first woman with the navy and gray wardrobe used to build her wardrobe. But because they're two different women with two very different lives and personalities, they turn out completely different. So this was 4 different women with 4 very different capsule wardrobes, and they're all true to and express their colors, their style preferences, and their personalities. And there we go.
That's
And
super. That was
did
wonderful.
you enjoy that?
I did. I love it when appearance expresses something true. I think that's a closet that's really working when it can be, capsule wardrobe is just another way to be true to our lifestyle and true to our soul as well, and our colors and our styles, whatever you want to bring into it, and really getting your wardrobe to work for you instead of the other way around. so, so thank you, Jorunn, and thank you all for joining us today. We will see you the next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.